Hey guys, my name is Collection, and welcome back to another Pirate101 video. I just want to talk about the recent teaser we got a few days ago, and if you didn't see it, I'll link it in the description box below. If you haven't seen it yet, I would recommend doing so before continuing this video. So, if you don't know, it has been teased by KingsIsle that we're heading to Polaris for the next story update. And if you're a bit confused like, girl, where did you get Polaris from? On their last KI Live, they briefly teased Polaris with the words cool and slide, or something along those lines. I'll go ahead and show the clip in case you haven't seen it.
Yarr! Let's talk Pirate 101 next. The Shadow of Mictlan update went live this spring, including the Skeleton Key boss, the new companion, a companion rework, and some other bug fixes. Stay tuned though. The next update is going to be so cool when it slides on into Pirate later this summer.
If you're still a bit unsure, some data mine content I know is definitely confirmed it for me, even before the live. But we're not going to get into that today. Like I said earlier, I want to talk about the teaser and what I think is going to happen. So without further ado, let's begin. You remember Mirror Nancy, that split mirror we first saw in Valencia Free? After return from Trinum Palace, basically it found out her spies sucked and got captured and or died, and we won't know much more until she knows anything else. She did send even more spies, but who knows, maybe they'll die too. If you can't recall what we went to her for, it was to track down Oksana and find out some information about her. What I'm thinking could happen is, either Oksana's just way too good for Nancy's spies, and so Nancy will tell us to go to their frog father, assuming they're buddies, as Nancy is the mayor of Flotsam, so surely they know each other, and we'll go from there. Or Nancy's spies will manage to find something, but it turns out it'll be hard for Nancy to assist us any further, so she sent us to the frog father who could assist us more. As for when we get to the frog father, I'm assuming that line he said in the teaser will be the first, if not one of the first lines he says. Something I noticed is that he says, or should I say, Captain. This makes people speculate that the Frog Father could be a potential companion, and I don't think that's a bad guess. However, I'm a bit unsure of that because the Frog Father doesn't seem the type to fight. I think he just preferred to stay as a businessman. I think he said Captain just because he never called us that before, if I remember correctly. If I am wrong, feel free to let me know. I feel like a lot more people would call us Captain nowadays, not just as a future current crew member or even as a civilian, but just out of respect and acknowledgement that we're pretty famous at this point in time. Enough of that companion stuff though. As y'all probably remember, the Frog Father tends to do a favor in return for another favor. This is mainly where my guest comes in here, and if I'm right, I want 5 crowns. From all of you. I think the Frog Father could need something, or someone, from Polaris. Of course, I want to know what, but he potentially pulled lots of strings to be able to get us to Polaris, since he already helped us a lot. I don't think this is too unusual from his usual transactions with us. He'll probably get someone or some people he knows to take or guide us there, and from there, we do whatever we'll do in Polaris, but ensure we get what the Frog Father wants in return before leaving. Kind of like Calico Jake during Crocotopia. He took us there in exchange for some cotton, and we got the cotton while we were there. I was thinking Frog Father could call upon Count Medvedev, the Polarian diplomat, but since he's a side quest guy, I think in order to do that, they could implement him into the main story. I'm unsure if they did anything like that before. I don't think he'd be too bad of a guess, but I'm a bit unsure. What I could also see happening is, well, kind of the usual thing of doing something for the Frog Father before he does something for us. What that something could also be, I'm unsure, but my main guess is the first one. Adding on to that first guess, there could be a possibility he wants to make some sort of deal with Napoleon regarding trades and business. Since with how people know a lot of stuff about us for some reason, he probably knows we assisted him. But yeah, that was me talking about the teaser and what I think might happen. It wasn't much, and who knows, it might be a very dumb guess, but I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think there'll be more teasers? If so, what? When do you think we'll be getting test round? I personally think either later next week, depending on if the teasers are scheduled among content creators like last year, or the week after next week. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!